Oh my god, this is on Cursed Tumblr? Reddit's being really slow for me right now. Yeah, this is on Cursed Tumblr. Wait, are they mad at me? 21,000 likes? Oh god, wait. I cannot stress enough how important it is to understand 12-year-old white boys on Twitch are not being pulled into fascism because of some Machiavellian desire to preserve and expand their privileges. It's because the right talk to them. God, I'm so right all the time, man. So many people, like, I have no idea why systemic analysis like falls apart when we're talking about the individual motivations of privileged people. But privileged people aren't like, ah, yes, I understand the nature of our society and the privileges it has endowed me, and I will fight to protect them. The average white supremacist thinks white people are oppressed. They're not lying when they say that. Like, have you ever heard like reactionaries? They don't think they're privileged. They think the opposite. They're wrong, but it does indicate that they're not acting out of some perceived desire to protect their privileged station. They don't think they have that station. Again, they're wrong, but okay, here, hold on. No, they're actually right. They should say it. The left's descent into obsession with identity politics means all these boys get from these spaces is essentially being told they're inherently monstrous or will grow up to be so. Ah, good. It agrees with me. Oh, okay. I didn't read. I didn't read down. It's Tumblr, so I assume they would hate me. 12-year-old boys are not evil. They're children, and they're susceptible to manipulation from these fucks on the right who have sadly correctly identified that large swaths of the left will ignore and shun them. People turn to extremist factions when they feel ignored and dehumanized. A 12-year-old boy online isn't going to be able to read the nuances, and you're uber ironic but not actually ironic. All white men are inherently trash hot takes. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Dub taking. Dubbin. Oh my god. They're going to take that at face value because they're 12 and that's what 12-year-olds do, and they're going to feel angry, rejected, and judged by your words, and then fucks like Andrew Tate get to swoop in and tell them that you're wrong and start the ball rolling in the indoctrination. If you're an adult leftist and you honestly think teenage boys possess the wherewithal to purposefully follow dangerous misogynists like Andrew Tate in order to, quote, protect their privilege long term, end quote, I'm sorry to say you're too far gone, and I'd suggest logging off and actually trying to have a conversation with a kid who is vulnerable to the grooming of these uber misogynists and treat them like as a human instead of a reflection of identity you've boxed them into. Damn. Hell yeah. Oh my god, lefty meme. But it's a good lefty meme. It's a good lefty meme. Sorry, I got the sniffles. It's worth noting, by the way, that this La Madre de los Gatos person is not actually a left. They're like one of those like pro-Russia Fash tanky types. So like it's and then the person who ended up leading that say her name Brianna J discourse was like themselves racist and a reactionary. So it's like, dude, every fucking time this happens, the showboats for the other side aren't even like progressives. They're just like, oh. Daniil just hopped on top of the computer tower. This is the first time he's been able to do that. Daniil? I thought you were Pigeon, because Pigeon's the one who likes going up there. Daniil? What's up? What's up, little guy? Hey. Woo. What a hello. Do you like the dubs? Of the oh, still wiggly. Still wiggly. Okay. All right. Yep, there we go. Look at this little guy. Look at him wobble. Yeah? No, stop. Wang. Look at him. Okay. Go back onto the ground. That seems best. Okay. Yeah, he's instantly learned that the chair is a destructible object. The chair is beyond broken, just let him do it. Yeah, I'm more worried about him, like, eating the chair than him tearing apart the chair. The real important question, I'm 16, if I know people who fall for the Tate shit, how do I help? I mean, like, there's never a guaranteed way of pulling a person out of a series of really stupid life decisions, unfortunately. You're always kind of rolling the dice a little bit. But you for the main thing is that you have to understand why people are doing that. Why are people going down that road? And overwhelmingly with young boys and Andrew Tate, it's because they're afraid of women. I would say maybe like 95, maybe even 90, like 9% of the time, when it's a young boy getting into Tate stuff, it's because they're afraid of slash insecure around women. They have like so like every no, well, not every young boy, but like let's be real, a ton of them are obsessed with girls because you're going through puberty, like obviously, right? Um, and they have like really really strong feelings on the kind of relationships they want to have, like their feelings towards girls, like girls' feelings towards them. And the fact of the matter is that for basically all humans, um, that process of like trying to work out your relationship with the people you're attracted to is a really messy one when you're young because it feels like their expectations are impossible to meet and they're so distant, but you want them so badly and you have no idea what you need to do to like even get in the ballpark. And a lot like people are really insecure at this time and like basically there's just like this huge there's this like infrastructure of far right messaging that is designed specifically to appeal to guys who feel like shit because they're not like effortlessly navigating this romantic landscape, which nobody does, you know? Even adults don't, but especially not young people. If I'm allowed to add on to this, I can say with 100% certainty that being open and honest with a 12-year-old boy and allowing him to ask questions that may seem concerning to you absolutely works. My youngest sibling is 8 years younger than I am, so he was a preteen when I was an undergrad. He's firmly planted in Gen Z territory while I'm at the tail end of millennial, which isn't important except to say his unlimited access to YouTube and Reddit was not something I really had when I grew up. My brother started to fall down the alt-right pipeline. He confessed that his YouTube recs were mostly guys talking about Gamergate and how the feminists are feminazis and are all actually evil. Side note, ever notice how the term feminazi has stopped being used since the rise in acceptability of Nazism again? Horrible to think about. That's a really good point. That actually is a really good point, isn't it? What? Oh, bro, why are you calling them feminazis? They're not based. No. It could have been really scary, but he pulled himself out. The key here is that my brother trusted me enough to come to me and ask me questions. That's a good point, you know. If people have questions, they will go to people who have answers. So you always have to have answers to their questions. Like, think of how many millions and millions of stories there are of people being led astray because they had some burning question that was like really important to them that no one could answer except for somebody with bad advice, right? Like that's a really common life thing. You have to be able to talk about this stuff with people. I've been a very vocal feminist pretty much all my life, and it's a long and glorious tradition in my family, and my mom was one of the people who taught me babies first feminism. Because my brother trusted me and knew I'd never discount his opinion for no reason, he asked me what my responses were to some of the videos he was seeing. He said, I think there are some good points, and I watched the videos and talked to him about how some of the rhetorical techniques or logical fallacies were. Then I talked to him about why I'm a feminist and what that means. That dialogue changed everything. My brother's now starting his first year in college and is taking feminist and gender studies classes. Oh, nice. Please don't write off young men the way the OP in the original tweet does. In the same vein, I really feel like people need to lay off with the "so they want a cookie for doing the bare minimum for having basic decency" rhetoric, because whatever ends up driving it, the actual effect is to drive people away at the door. Dude, these people are so fucking based, man. They're so smart. They're so wise. They're wise posting. These people are geniuses. It's Sun Tzu, you know? I'm over here in the fucking chimp pit on Twitter, you know, having shit flung at me by a bunch of like apes. And then you go into Tumblr where like a bunch of philosophers are balancing on one foot on like 40-foot tall bamboo poles discussing fuck- the virtues of like proper rhetorical efficacy. Yeah, they're all pondering their orbs. Oh, this isn't cursed Tumblr, it's curated Tumblr. Okay, that changes. Okay, that's the reason why I thought there was like a negative. That's the reason why I assumed it would be negative, because okay, yeah. Damn, everyone. Oh man, isn't it crazy how straightforwardly correct my opinion seems to be? The moment you step outside of like the ultra leftist Twitter bubble and you like see like normal people talking, isn't that crazy? I can't believe that I, a guy who never touches grass, touch more grass than people who touch the same amount of grass, which is none. The same thread was on R196 as well. The same like leftist meme. Oh hell yeah. Oh, 9 hours ago. God damn. Just read like 11 paragraphs of facts. Hell yeah. 196 continuing to be the best left-leaning subreddit and the best meme subreddit. Kind of blows my mind that Vaush gets so much pushback in these statements because in short, he's 100% right. Yeah, I love it. It's because he makes statements that are incredibly easy to misinterpret. Not this one, man. People were telling me that this was a pro-rape tweet. I'm not joking. There were people quote tweeting me with death threats. There were people telling me that this was like a defense of rape or like pro-incel ideology. Man, sometimes I feel like it's not that I'm easy to misinterpret. I feel like other people are quick to misinterpret. But, you know, why is Reddit being so slow right now? Oh my god. I love it when people agree with me. It's amazing. It's also worth pointing out, by the way, and you've probably seen like the meme version of this, but, you know, a lot of people on the left think that it's beneath them to address the concerns and questions of people who have been led astray. And the right is not like that. If there are people who like consider themselves feminist or egalitarian, but they see a couple of Tate videos and they're like, you know, I'm a feminist / egalitarian, but this video like has some good points or whatever. The response is not going to be full of people being like, get out, what, you want a cookie for agreeing with some of the stuff that Tate said? Wow. Oh, wow. Congratulations to you for just figuring out the feminazis are trying to tear apart masculinity. What? No, they like embrace them and do everything possible to like bring them in further and further, you know? It's like the strategy is so much more effective. I hate the condescension. A lot of it is a self-hate kind of thing. I'm reminded of Mel, you know, who's like one of the most insufferable people on Twitter, but was an active like neo-Nazi for multiple years. I think a lot of it is just like they want to climb up to rehabilitation, then kick the ladder down after they've gotten there, you know? Not that Mel isn't still a Nazi. Funny thing is, Tanky and Lefty subs are banning people for posting 196 too. Yeah, pretty much inevitable.